Chapter 14, Lesson 8. I am on page 900. There are many different kinds of triangles. You can classify triangles by measure of their angles. So here we have a box with the definition of the triangles. This sandwich is cut in half. Classify the triangle represented by the half sandwich as right, acute, or obtuse. So just like the angles are labeled right, acute, or obtuse, so are triangles. A right triangle has one right angle. So on this shape we can see that there is one right angle. So we can answer this question. 1. 1. The two sides that form the right angle are perpendicular. That's kind of the definition of a right angle. The sides are perpendicular. How many? An acute angle has acute triangle has 3 acute angles. So it has to have 3 in order to be an acute triangle. How many acute angles are there? In this shape, since this is the right angle, there is 1 and 2 that are less than 90 degrees. So there are 2, not 3. An obtuse triangle has 1 obtuse angle. And remember, obtuse is greater than 90. How many obtuse angles are there? In this shape, there are no obtuse angles because it would have to be wide like that. And I don't see any angles that are even close to that. So there are 0. So the triangle is a right triangle. Anytime it has a right angle, it's a right triangle. So that would be the correct answer for there. Now here's our purple box that'll tell us the definitions. An obtuse triangle has 1 obtuse angle greater than 90. An acute triangle has 3 acute angles, so all the angles are less than 90. A right triangle, 1 right angle, the 2 perpendicular. So if it has an obtuse angle, it's an obtuse triangle. If it has a right angle, it's a right triangle. And if it doesn't have either of those, all 3 of the angles are acute, it is an acute triangle. It's important, you might want to mark that page to help you get through the lesson. Okay, so now that we've learned about identifying triangles by their angles, we're going to identify them by their vertices and line segments. So a triangle has 3 vertices, hence triangle, 3 vertices, and 3 line segments, 1, 2, 3. Each point is formed by the intersection of 2 line segments. Vertices A, B, C are shown here. Line segments AB, BC, and AC. Okay, so looking at example 2, classify the triangle as right, acute, or obtuse. Identify the vertices and line segment of the triangle. Okay, so we've got angle here that is acute, an angle here that is acute, and this angle is apparently greater than 90 degrees. So this is a it's making it a lot bigger than I want it to be. An obtuse triangle because it has 1 obtuse angle. At least it's the same word for both lines. There are how many vertices? 3. The vertices are L, P, and M. There are 3 line segments, LP, PM, and ML. LP, PM, ML. And I would draw little lines across the top of those to make it more clear. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, review and go back and watch the video again. I'll continue on. Okay, so when you start your independent work, you just classify each triangle. Remember, if it has if it has 3 acute angles, acute. As an obtuse angle, it's obtuse, and if it has a right angle, it's right. You can delete these and then circle the triangles that have perpendicular sides. So remember, perpendicular are the lines that form a right angle. So hopefully that'll narrow down your options. Now 9, you're going to draw 3, so make sure you are clear about which one is the right triangle. It should look like an L no matter which way it's facing. 3 line segments that form an obtuse triangle. So make one that's wider than that 90 degrees, a wide open angle to form an obtuse triangle. Show right triangles. So the questions that tell you on here for the right triangles. Which exercises on this page show figures with perpendicular line segments? Hopefully you'll notice a pattern in number 10 and 11 as you continue. Okay, so on the problem solving, they've given you this little map of Arizona. Able to add several 3 of the cities with this triangle are obtuse, and then explain using your word how you knew the answer was correct. Specific explanation, just like text evidence when we're reading. Ved noticed the triangle was formed by the ladder and the wall. So here we've got the wall and the floor and the ladder. So what kind of angle is that? Label it on the line, please. Now, Ben said that the triangle shown is an acute triangle because the angle shown is acute. He made a mistake. You need to find his mistake and explain why he's incorrect and what the correct label for that triangle would be. Is it possible for a triangle to have 2 obtuse angles? Think about that. Try and draw a couple examples. You can use a whiteboard or scratch paper and see if you can make a triangle with 2 obtuse angles. And then you're going to write your explanation there. And if you have used up your whole hour, you can be done. Continue on through the homework. Check back in this for any questions. And thanks for your hard work.